Hello my fellow pilots and welcome again to another episode of Star Citizen FM, episode 28. My name is Dr. Hawk and join me as we go over some of the happenings in the Star Citizen universe and the community. First things first, again I want to address the new Star Citizens that have joined us since the last episode. To any of you that have lately been looking at the new website, we now have 215,000 Star Citizens. That's a lot of people, reserving for Star Citizen. We're also at about 14.4 million, so seeing any kind of push we can get until we get 15 million? Don't know. Maybe we'll get our stretch goals we talked about last time. But again, a big warm welcome to all our citizens that have joined us, and brothers and sisters in space flying among the stars. To any of you that are actually kind of lost and not too sure exactly where to look around for information regarding Star Citizen, or maybe need some help, you can always check out NetAndy's Guide to the Star Citizen Universe. It can be clicked on the description below in my video. It should be right in the YouTube description. NetAndy has put together an excellent collection of links. He's actually reworking it right now because the new forums kind of exploded all his hard work, but he has put together a very comprehensive list that even CIG uses to reference their own work, so if you really are confused, I would start there. As well, CIG also released their own customer service FAQ. It goes over some of the things such as, account recovery, what concierge status is, what happens if you get a gift, and how come you don't have a title, etc., and so on and so forth. So if there's any things that have confused you from transactions or anything during the 24-hour live stream that brought you into Star Citizen and you're having some issues, the customer service FAQ will answer a lot of your questions. And if not, there's always Sandy Gardner and the support line to help you out. So we have a few good things to go over this week. Some press roundups relating Star Citizen and a few other interesting tidbits. There was a system release and an actual guide, as well as an interview with Michael Moreland, so we'll be going over those in a sec. There is one announcement I want to personally make that I'm actually rather excited about. So, personal announcement for Star Citizen. Previously, as mentioned, you guys should remember me telling you I'd get my shit together and have proper audio equipment, proper this, a new computer, blah blah blah. You get it. So, here's the big news. My birthday is on the 17th of July, this Wednesday. Okay, Hawk, why is that important? Nobody cares. Why? Because for the past 3 months I've been saving up all that money for my new computer, which will have an awesome microphone, an awesome capture card, and an awesome pretty much everything. I'll be able to render videos for Star Citizen FM a lot quicker, so this, in time, would mean a lot more content, because I could actually sit down, have some fun, and not have to worry about the 8-hour render time that my computer likes to currently take doing. So I'm going to be picking up a capture card too. I don't know if you guys really care, but when Chris Roberts said that there was maybe some plans for machinima makers, that actually got me kind of excited. I'd like to be able to incorporate some machinima to have some more visual elements in this podcast, so that could just be either funny skits or things directly related to the topic that I'm talking about. So it'll be the new capture card, new microphone if I can find that too, the new computer, everything. That'll make making this show a lot easier, and probably make things a lot less infuriating when I'm actually trying to render it. So I look forward to actually giving you guys some better quality of shows. Yay! Plus it has the added bonus of likely being able to run Star Citizen when the game actually comes out, because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do it with this piece of plastic right now. So that's a personal announcement I want to make. I'm excited to bring it to you guys. I'm looking forward to it. There might be a delay or so with the next Star Citizen FM, as I'm going to probably be transferring the entire existence of my computer life from this to that computer, make copies, backups, antivirus, all the good things. And then on the plus side, even the Let's Plays and live streams I like to do occasionally, they won't be that choppy as 5 FPS that I've had previously for you guys. So yeah, in a nutshell, I'm looking forward to giving you guys a new viewing experience with the new computer, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's get right down to business. There's a new episode of Wingman's Hangar for your viewing entertainment. Also, a little side note is that Chris Roberts was in town and he was there to take some fan-submitted questions. So go check to see if your questions were answered, and actually it was a very informative and very interesting episode. So go check out Wingman's Hangar episode 29, the link should be in the description. Also, there was an interview with Michael Moreland. For those of you who do not know, Michael is the mastermind behind Wingman's Hangar, pretty much any of the audio-video explorations and adventures that they partake in over at CIG. Michael is a good man and both a hard worker, and he goes through some of his experiences as well as his background prior to joining CIG. And even if you don't have the time to listen or watch the interview, you can read his short little interview on the Cloud Imperium Games website. There is a link in the description at the bottom of the video if you'd like to check out Michael Moreland's interview. And give that man a pat on the back. When I saw him at the live stream, he was sort of like a puppeteer, keeping everything going and working smoothly. So Michael, it was a pleasure meeting you over there. It's good to see you getting some recognition. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Star Citizen has actually been getting a lot of recognition lately. The first article was actually from Stick and Rudder, Massively, although that was released pretty much right after the 24-hour live stream. Since then, Polygon, Joystick, PC Gamer, and a few others have caught up to describe Star Citizen between the $14 million stretch goals and the 300i promotion and everything. As far as it's concerned, I think we're actually on the right track to make our way to 20 million. It's been talked about before, but given how people are starting to get more and more attention towards the game, I'm pretty sure that this will be the epitome, I think I'm saying that right? So somebody can correct me, of the best crowdfunded game ever, of all time. So you can check out those articles. I have a link in the description to the press roundups of all respective to their names: PC Gamer, Joystick, Polygon, Massively, Flesh Eating Zipper, as well as a few other fan sites. As well, CIG has also cleared up one of the lost skins that were previously available during the Kickstarter. To any of you who are familiar with the "Shut Up and Take My Money" meme, there is now a "Shut Up and Take My Money" skin on the RSI website. This can be yours for $5 or 5,000 credits. Actually, I have no idea how much it'll cost in-game. So if you'd like your ship to be covered in whatever it is it looks like, then go for it. Grab the "Shut Up and Take Your Money" skin on the RSI website. And that actually brings up a good point, because we have not yet seen what any of these skins will look like. We have indications, like the Electro Hull skin being something akin to a chameleon skin. But maybe in the future here we'll have to poke and prod to see what these skins will look like. But that will probably come at a later date. Also on the headlines, there's actually another interesting interview actually done by Rise of the Indies. If you've watched these guys before, which you should, they're actually very interesting. I've watched a few other videos from them. They sat down and did a nice professional interview with Chris Roberts and company. This interview with Stage 5 and Chris Roberts gives another unique perspective into Chris Roberts' vision, his universe, and what he's trying to make, along with the team at CIG. So if you'd like to check this out, this can be found in a link in the description below. I really wish the external links for YouTube worked, but such is life. But anyways, check out this interview. It's nice, it's professionally done, very, very nice, and get a peek at some of the assets if you haven't already seen them, such as the Bengal Carrier, the 300i. So if you'd like to see them in a nice little montage, then check it out. Also, there's a new, well, not new, it's old for subscribers. It was released in May. There is a now galactic guide to the Stanton system. So to those of you who have been unable to read it, I would highly suggest you do so. I am going to do a read-through, but if you'd like to read it through yourself, you can check that out. But it'd be a good idea to start going over the Stanton system here. A quick note, I do plan, once my line of credit goes through here, and credit card and everything, to finally start doing a subscription. So I'm going to have to talk to CIG and see what they think about me
talking about subscriber stuff, if that's okay. If not, then tough shit. You guys will have to subscribe too. Okay, so let us move on to the Stanton system. Stanton system. Even without the inevitable human intrusion, Stanton would have been an anomaly. Boasting a wide green zone with 4 inhabitable super-Earths, the system is, from a cosmological perspective, unusual. Strictly speaking, star systems as purely inhabitable as Stanton simply don't exist. The combination of the proper star type with the evolution of 4 especially large, human-suitable biospheres requiring limited terraforming is so unlikely as to strongly suggest design. Meanwhile, the divergent ecologies on Stanton's 4 worlds are of significant interest to scientists of all stripes. No one is sure exactly who first settled the Stanton system. All indications are that it was discovered by a free agent trader, and that the word of the location and its potential riches spread slowly on the electronic grapevine. By the time the UEE noticed the system's existence, all 4 planets had populations numbering in the tens of thousands. That notice spelled their doom. A Chordate, a super-Earth, are an extremely rare find, and the Empire quickly declared Stanton to be a case of eminent domain, citing a need to protect and extend nearby jump lanes. Without former colonization papers on file, the existing inhabitants had little choice. Prospectors, survivalists, and other squatters have little means to protect themselves from the might of a Bengal-class carrier. The Empire was then stymied. As is often the case, wanting was a great deal more interesting than having. With a down economy in the midst of a 100-year colonization drought, the UEE had few options for actually exploiting Stanton. UEE naval engineers conducted the small amount of required terraforming. A series of underfunded military outposts were established, and then Stanton sat unwatched for another generation. The decision was ultimately made to sell the system piecemeal to the highest bidders. Mega corporations were quietly contracted and asked to bid for their own planets. The winners are believed to have flushed trillions into the UEE economy: Microtech, Hurston Dynamics, CORP, and Crusader Industries. In a remarkable lack of originality, the 4 worlds are now named Microtech, Hurston, CORP, and Crusader. The megacorporations moved in slowly but surely, initially refusing to displace the existing inhabitants of the system. Technically, they bought the land and not the people or anything already constructed there. Over the years, however, the system has become fully corporatized, and the initial settlers have been, often literally, driven underground. The super-Earths are now dotted with factories, corporate headquarters, testing ranges, mining facilities, and other company facilities. Only those working for the corporations, or anyone leasing their space, come to live in the Stanton system, inhabiting orderly company towns. Today, Stanton is a great place to travel, and if you're interested in materials produced by several of the galaxy's most successful corporations, or if you think you can make a profit shipping these companies the goods they need to keep working. Stanton 1 Microtech, home to the Microtech Corporation, is a large and generally cold planet. The temperature is a result of an error during the UEE terraforming process, which led to unusually dense cloud production. Microtech produces Mobiglass here, a now standard piece of digital assistive technology used by nearly anyone traveling off-world. Although Mobiglass has become ubiquitous, Microtech specializes in all forms of electronics, including those found in ship systems. This world is a good place to start looking for advanced sensor technologies which could provide an edge while dogfighting. Space on the world is leased to smaller companies, including some of Microtech's competitors, probably because it allows the corporation to keep a close eye on them. Buyouts among successful Stanton 1-based startups are common. Visitors are advised to seek work and cargo news at Wally's bar. Just don't ask for Wally. Stanton 2 Hurston is home to Hurston Dynamics, an aristocratic family-run weapons manufacturing concern which has bled this world dried. Stanton 2's ecosphere has been largely destroyed, with almost all indigenous life killed by the mining and manufacturing processes here. Hurston builds several lines of reliable weapons, and and pilots looking for specialized guns might do well to visit here. The planet also produces a variety of munitions which are sold to other companies, and transport assistance is always well compensated. Workers are imported for year-long factory or mining contracts. Few choose to re-up. Stanton is always in need of cheap labor, and is a good source for traders looking to move antimatter precursors. Stanton 3, CORP, is the most visually impressive of the worlds today. While the other planets, even polluted Hurston dynamics, retain some indication of their natural origins, CORP is now an entirely constructed world. All of the terrain has been sculpted, zoned, and built upon, leaving nothing for nature. CORP builds fusion engines in bulk, using the underground resources on Stanton 3 to provide engines for hundreds of thousands of civilian spacecraft every year. Traders porting at CORP are advised that in addition to deals on weapons, they can find just about anything else here. CORP is absolutely indiscriminate about who they lease property to, and hundreds of other smaller companies have made their home near the world's North Polar region. Anthropologists familiar with the Xan have posted that CORP is the closest human equivalent to the Xan factory world, and many have drawn the conclusion that our civilization will someday evolve along the same lines. Stanton 4 Crusader, called C by the natives, is an unusual world. Formerly midway between a telluric world and a gas giant, Crusader's small rocky core is enshrouded in an especially deep low-density atmosphere. Initial UEE terraforming efforts failed to allow unfettered habitation of the planet itself, but rendered the atmosphere breathable at high altitudes. The planet then became home to a military-constructed latticework of inhabitable floating platforms, since expanded exponentially to suit the needs of Crusader industries. The situation is unusual, but ideal for Crusader, which makes large-scale commercial transport ships which would otherwise need to be built beyond the atmosphere. Being built in open air allows the cost of these ships to be reduced by almost 40% on the back end, which is often passed along to consumers. The company also provides quality housing for their employees, both in planet-side domes and in habitats woven into the latticework, and the portion of the world available to visitors is usually considered the nicest port in the system. The shipyards themselves are eerily beautiful, with huge transport ships suspended in mid-atmosphere, surrounded by a lighted webbing of Crusader facilities. Warning, traveler warning. Visitors should take note that while the standard United Empire of Earth penal code technically applies in the Stanton system, the UEE does not police the region. Private squadrons and hired mercenaries belonging to the inhabiting corporations enforce their own laws here. As to what kind of laws, that is to remain to be seen. Although if anything has shown us, perfect dark, Blade Runner, I'm pretty sure it's death. Most of the laws would probably pertain to death anyway if you did anything wrong. Anyways, I do hope some of us enjoy the Stanton system. I know we have a few tech corps and industry guilds that are planning to start up, so this might actually be a good place to start for them. Maybe even buy out the planets one day. You never know. That pretty much wraps up everything I had planned to talk about. The final thing I wanted to address is that our good old friends at Beyond the Horizon Radio have a new website. If you're looking at the above image, which should be now, you'll see that they have a sexy new webpage. So give them a little visit. It's very nice, and it's always fun to listen to them on Saturday. So go check out Beyond the Horizon Radio and tell them Dr. Hawk said hi. Anyways, I do hope you all have enjoyed today's episode. If you like my videos and would like to continue seeing them, be sure to click the fuzzy little hawk on the lower left corner. If you like the video or have a comment, complaint, or even some constructive criticism, feel free to leave it in the comments below or in the forums. I'll see you guys all next time, and you guys take care and fly safe.